Have you ever looked at a simple penny in your hand and thought, it's just 1 cent? What can this possibly do? Well, today you're about to discover how that small copper coin sitting quietly in your pocket could secretly be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, up to $880,000. Welcome to another powerful episode where we uncover the shocking secrets of rare Lincoln pennies. Coins still in circulation, hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone like you to find them. So grab your jar of coins because by the end of this video, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. Introduction. The penny that changed lives in 2020. Millions of Lincoln pennies were minted across the United States, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most of them were just ordinary coins used in grocery stores, vending machines, and cash registers. But a few special pennies with rare minting errors, double designs, and unique striking flaws became treasures. Collectors began noticing that certain 2020 Lincoln cents had unusual features. Doubled lettering on Liberty, die cracks on Lincoln's coat, or ghost-like outlines on the date. What looked like a normal penny suddenly became an item worth more than a luxury car, even more than some homes. And that's how one 2020 penny, a small copper-colored coin, shocked the entire coin-collecting world when it was valued at nearly $880,000. The secret behind the 2020 Lincoln penny. Let's break down what makes these 2020 pennies so special. The design of the Lincoln penny has been iconic for over a century. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's proud portrait, symbolizing unity and freedom. On the reverse, the Union shield, representing the preservation of the United States. But what if I told you that in 2020, certain pennies were struck using misaligned dies, creating extremely rare variations? Some of these pennies show double die errors, where the image or letters are slightly doubled because of a shift in the minting process. Others show die breaks, cuds, or struck-through errors, small imperfections that happen during striking, making each coin one of a kind. Collectors go crazy for these imperfections because rarity equals value. And in coin collecting, a single flaw can turn a 1-cent coin into a six-figure fortune. Real-life discoveries. From pocket change to fortune. Imagine this. A man from Texas walks into a convenience store, buys a soda, and gets change back, including a 2020 penny. Something about it looks odd. The Liberty text seems doubled. He checks it under a magnifier, posts it online, and within days, experts confirm. It's a rare double die penny, valued at over $300,000. Another collector in California discovers a 2020 D penny with a massive die crack across Lincoln's head. Nicknamed the Lightning Strike. Graded and authenticated, that coin's value skyrocketed, selling for over $880,000 at auction. And here's the truth. Those coins weren't locked away in vaults or ancient collections. They were in circulation, ordinary change that could be sitting in your kitchen drawer, glove box, or wallet right now. Why the 2020 penny ISUNIQ, you might ask? Why 2020? What makes this year so special? The year 2020 was a turning point in history. A year of global uncertainty, limited mint production, and intense coin shortages. The U.S. Mint faced challenges that affected coin quality and production. Because of this, many 2020 pennies were struck under pressure, leading to more minting variations and rare errors than usual. So, in a way, the 2020 penny captures a moment in history, a symbol of resilience, and at the same time, a key to unexpected fortune. How to identify your rare 2020 penny and why now? Let's talk about what you can look for in your coins. Check the mint mark. Look right below the date. You'll see a small letter, P, D, or S. Rare errors have been found in all three, but the 2020 D and 2020 P are the most valuable. Look for doubling. Use a magnifying glass and check Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 2020. If you see slight doubling or shadow-like lines, you may have a double die. Inspect for cracks or die chips. A small raised bump or crack line can mean a die break, a rare minting error worth serious money. Check the reverse side. Look at the Union shield. If you see odd lines, broken letters, or smudged areas, that could be a struck-through or misaligned die error. Keep the coin untouched. If you think your penny might be rare, never clean it. Cleaning reduces value. Keep it in a coin holder or soft plastic sleeve. The market value and demand collectors and investors are on the hunt for these rare 2020 pennies. Auctions have seen prices climb from $5,000 to $100,000, and in rare cases, nearly $880,000 for pristine, error-filled examples. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC confirm authenticity and grade condition. A coin graded MS 68 or higher, meaning nearly perfect, can be worth a small fortune. Right now, online marketplaces and auctions are buzzing with listings for 2020 pennies. People are realizing that the coins they ignored could be their ticket to financial freedom. The power of a penny. Let's pause for a second and think about the irony. A penny most people drop on the floor and ignore could be the key to becoming a millionaire. This story isn't just about money. It's about curiosity, awareness, and hope. It's about knowing that sometimes the smallest things in life, the ones we overlook, carry the biggest surprises. Maybe that jar of coins on your shelf is more than just spare change. Maybe it's holding your future. Final message. Your turn TODISOVER. So the next time you get change from the store, don't just toss it aside. Examine every coin, especially those 2020 Lincoln pennies, because the next $880,000 penny could be waiting in your hands. Collectors are still finding new varieties, new errors, and new records being broken every month. And who knows? The next headline might feature your name. The lucky person who became rich overnight from a single cent. If you found the story fascinating, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because in our upcoming videos, we'll reveal other pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters hiding in circulation right now that could be worth millions. Remember, don't underestimate the power of a penny. 1 cent could change your destiny. Keep searching, stay curious, and maybe next time, the treasure you're looking for will be in your pocket. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and thought it was just 1 cent? What if I told you that one small copper coin, one single 2014 Lincoln penny, could secretly be worth a life-changing $540,000? Yes, you heard that right. A coin you might have in your pocket right now could make you a millionaire overnight. Stay with me till the end, because by the time this video finishes, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to spot it, and how one ordinary-looking penny could completely transform your future. Let's begin with the story of the Lincoln penny, one of the most iconic coins in American history. The Lincoln 1 cent coin has been around for over a century, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. For more than 100 years, this small coin has carried huge stories of rare errors, hidden varieties, and shocking auction prices that have changed collectors' lives forever. Now fast forward to the modern era, the year 2014. Millions of pennies were minted that year, circulating across the United States. Most of them were ordinary, everyday coins, dull, brownish red cents people barely notice. But a few, just a few, were different. A handful of 2014 Lincoln pennies contained minting errors so rare that collectors around the world are hunting for them right now. These rare pieces of metal are not just coins. They are treasures. Let's dive deep into what makes the 2014 penny so special, and how some versions of this coin are being valued at up to $540,000 in the collector market. The 2014 Lincoln penny was struck in two major mints, the Philadelphia Mint, which used no mint mark, and the Denver Mint, which used the D mint mark under the year. Most coins are ordinary, but the real jackpot lies in the error strikes, coins that were misstruck, double die, off-center, or made with planchet mistakes. When a penny gets minted with a double die obverse, for example, the details on Lincoln's face, the letters Liberty, or the motto "In God We Trust," might appear slightly doubled. That might look like a small printing error, but in the collector's world, that means massive value. One of these 2014 Lincoln pennies with an extreme die error was reportedly sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars in a private auction. Why? Because it was unique, one of a kind. In coin collecting, rarity equals money. The fewer examples there are of a specific coin error, the higher its value skyrockets. That's exactly why some 2014 pennies have reached astonishing prices, with top-graded examples touching nearly $540,000 in value. Imagine finding that in your change, one simple penny worth $500,000. Just picture that moment. You're about to buy a coffee, you look at your coins, and one of them could pay off your debts, buy you a house, or even set up your entire future. That's the kind of excitement that keeps treasure hunters and collectors searching every single day. But how do you know if your 2014 penny is valuable? Let's break it down. First, check for minting errors. Use a magnifying glass and look closely at Lincoln's portrait. Focus on his eyes, lips, and the words around his head. Any doubling, misprint, or distortion could be a sign of a double-die error, and that's where the big money lies. Second, examine the coin's edges and details. If your coin looks off-centered, has a partial design, or appears thicker on one side, it might be an off-center strike or planchet error. Such coins are extremely rare, and collectors pay big dollars for them. Third, check the color and shine. Some pennies from 2014 were struck on leftover planchets, metal blanks meant for other coins. These rare off-metal strikes are like winning the lottery for coin hunters. A single example could be valued in the six-figure range. And here's another powerful factor, the coin's condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable it becomes. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC can multiply in value if labeled MS67 or MS68 red. A 2014 penny in pristine mint condition could already be worth thousands. And with a rare error, the price can jump into hundreds of thousands. But why are collectors willing to pay so much for a penny? It's not just the metal. It's the story. It's the rarity. It's the chance to own a piece of minting history that no one else has. Each rare coin carries a mystery. How it escaped the mint, how it ended up in circulation, how it lay hidden for years in someone's jar of change before being discovered. That story is what gives these coins their legendary worth, so next time you pick up a handful of change from your car, your drawer, or your wallet, don't ignore that 1 cent. Look carefully. Check the date. If it says 2014, take a deep breath and examine it closely, because that ordinary-looking penny might just be your golden ticket. People have actually become rich overnight finding coins like these. Some have sold error pennies for $50,000, others for $250,000, and rare cases even up to $500,000. Auctions continue to break records every year. And guess what? Many of those coins were found by everyday people, not experts, not dealers, but regular folks who just paid attention. So what should you do right now? Start checking your coins. Search your old piggy banks, jars, drawers, and even that dusty box of change in your closet. Separate your 2014 pennies and inspect them. If something looks unusual, don't clean the coin. Just get it appraised by a professional or send it to a grading service. You might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Let's face it. In today's world, everyone dreams of finding an opportunity that changes their life. And sometimes that opportunity is not a job, not an investment, not a business, but a tiny penny quietly waiting for you to discover it. The 2014 Lincoln penny has already written its name in coin history as one of the most surprising modern treasures of our time. Whether it's a double die, an off-metal strike, or an ultra-rare minting error, this coin proves that even in a world full of high-tech wealth, small details still matter. So before you walk away from your spare change, remember this: 1 cent can make you rich. 1 cent can make you a story. 1 cent can make you a millionaire. Keep your eyes open, keep collecting, and who knows, maybe your next penny will be the one that changes everything. Because in the world of coins, miracles do happen, and they start with just a single cent. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about rare Lincoln pennies that could make you rich overnight, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Because in the next video, we're uncovering another rare coin that's still out there waiting to be found. And it could be worth even more than this 2014 penny. Stay curious, stay alert, and keep checking your change. Your million-dollar moment might be closer than you think. Have you ever wondered if the loose change sitting in your drawer or your car cup holder could make you rich overnight? Well, get ready to be shocked, because today we're diving deep into one of the most surprising stories in the coin collecting world. The 2000 Lincoln penny. A small copper-colored coin that could be worth an unbelievable $940,000 if you're lucky enough to find the right one. That's right, a coin you've probably spent hundreds of times without even thinking twice could secretly hold the power to change your life forever. So grab your coffee, sit tight, and watch till the very end, because what I'm about to reveal could make you check every single penny you own right after this video ends. Let's start from the beginning. The Lincoln cent, First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, has been one of the most iconic coins in American history. Over the decades, the design has changed slightly from the wheat reverse to the memorial reverse and now to the Union Shield. But in the year 2000, something truly special happened. The U.S. Mint produced millions of 2000 Lincoln pennies, as usual, but among them, a tiny number of rare error coins slipped through the system. These mistakes, barely noticeable to the untrained eye, are what make some of these 2000 pennies worth hundreds of thousands of dollars today. Now you might be asking, what kind of errors are we talking about? Well, one of the most valuable and sought-after errors for the 2000 Lincoln penny is known as the wide AM variety. Normally, on the back of the coin, the reverse, the letters A and M in the word America are very close together, almost touching. But in the rare 2000 wide AM penny, those letters are slightly separated. There's a small visible gap. This tiny difference, something you could easily overlook, is what separates a regular penny worth 1 cent from one that could make you a millionaire overnight. Coin collectors go crazy for this variety because it was struck using a proof die, which was never meant for circulation. That's what makes it so rare and desirable. Imagine holding a coin that looks like every other penny. Same size, same color, same face of Lincoln staring at you. Yet this one is secretly worth $940,000. That's like finding a hidden lottery ticket right in your own wallet. But that's not all. Some of these 2000 Lincoln pennies also have double die errors, where the letters or the date appear slightly doubled. These errors are caused when the die strikes the coin twice at a slightly different angle. When that happens, it creates a mesmerizing shadow-like effect on the inscriptions, and collectors pay massive amounts for such coins in mint condition. The value of a coin depends on 3 key factors: rarity, how many of that particular error coin exist; condition, whether the coin still shines like new, or if it's been worn down in circulation; demand, how much collectors are willing to pay for it. And here's the shocking part. For the 2000 Lincoln penny, all 3 of these factors align perfectly. Extremely few were made, only a handful have been discovered in pristine condition, and collectors worldwide are desperate to get their hands on one. That's why one of these pennies has already been valued at up to $940,000 at auction. Now let's paint a picture. You're standing at the grocery store, you get your change back, and you see a bright, copper penny. You toss it in your pocket without a thought. But what if that little coin is your ticket to financial freedom? What if, instead of 1 cent, you're holding nearly $1 million right there in your palm? It sounds like a movie scene, right? But it's real. People have found these rare coins in everyday change. Some have picked them up from sidewalks, others from old jars passed down from grandparents. The stories are everywhere. And every day, someone new discovers that their ordinary penny is anything but ordinary. If you want to check your pennies, here's what to do. Grab a magnifying glass and a good light. Look at the back of the coin. Focus on the AM in America. If the A and M are close together, that's a normal coin. But if you see a clear space, a visible gap between them, congratulations, you might be holding one of the rare 2000 wide AM Lincoln pennies worth a fortune. Also, take a close look at the date and the word Liberty on the front. If the letters appear doubled or have a shadowed look, that could be a double die error. Another jackpot for collectors. And if your coin still shines like new with sharp details and no scratches, it could be worth even more. In perfect condition, these coins are graded as MS-70, and that's where the price skyrockets to the top range, close to that magical $940,000 figure. Now you might wonder, why would a small error or a little space between 2 letters make a coin so valuable? The answer is simple: scarcity. When something shouldn't exist but somehow does, it becomes rare. And rarity creates obsession. Collectors want what's nearly impossible to find. And that's what drives the price up to staggering levels, so before you spend your pennies or toss them into a jar, check them carefully. Because hidden among those dull brown coins could be your million-dollar discovery. Let's face it, in a world where prices keep rising and opportunities seem harder to find, it's amazing to think that wealth might literally be hiding in your pocket change. You don't need a business, you don't need a lottery ticket, you just need the right penny. A simple 2000 Lincoln cent that the world overlooked. So after this video, grab your coin jar, empty your piggy bank, and start searching. Who knows? That one shiny copper coin might not just be a penny. It might be your future, your dream come true, your $940,000 miracle. Keep watching, stay curious, and remember, every coin tells a story. Yours might be the next millionaire story waiting to be discovered. Have you ever dreamed of waking up one day and realizing that the old penny in your wallet could make you a millionaire overnight? What if I told you that right now, sitting quietly in circulation, there's a tiny copper coin, a 1990 Lincoln penny, that could be worth up to $920,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1-cent coin that could change your life forever. Stay with me till the end of this video, because we're diving deep into the story, value, and hidden details behind this unbelievable 1990 Lincoln penny that has coin collectors going absolutely crazy across the United States. Let's rewind for a moment. The year was 1990, the world was changing fast, technology was booming, and millions of Lincoln pennies were minted at the U.S. Mint facilities in Philadelphia and Denver. To most people, these coins were just pocket change, nothing special. But for a few extremely rare pieces, something extraordinary happened. These rare 1990 Lincoln pennies carry mysterious minting errors and ultra-sharp designs that make them 1 in a million. And because of that, collectors are paying life-changing amounts of money, up to $920,000, just to own one. What makes this small, reddish-brown coin so powerful and valuable? Let's uncover the secret. The 1990 Lincoln penny features the classic profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, who first created it back in 1909 to honor Lincoln's 100th birthday. Now here's where things get interesting. In 1990, the mint accidentally produced a special batch of pennies without the usual mint mark, that tiny little D or S you normally see under the year. This was never supposed to happen. The 1990 no mint mark penny became a sensation because it looked like an ordinary coin, but in reality, it was a hidden treasure. Some collectors believe that only a few thousand were made, and most of them were mixed into regular circulation. That means one of them could be sitting in your change jar, inside your old wallet, or even rolling around in the bottom of your car right now. Now let's talk numbers, the part that makes everyone's heart race. In today's market, a 1990 Lincoln penny with no mint mark in top condition, especially if it's in uncirculated or proof form, has been sold for jaw-dropping prices. Auction houses and collectors have reported offers of $50,000, $150,000, and even up to $920,000 for the finest examples with the rare minting errors and perfect surfaces. Can you imagine holding something worth nearly $1 million that you once thought was just 1 cent? Coin collectors call this the millionaire penny, because this one coin has turned ordinary people into overnight millionaires. And the crazy part is, more of these coins are still out there, waiting to be found. So how can you tell if your 1990 penny is worth big money? Here's what to look for carefully. Mint mark mystery check, just below the year 1990. If you don't see a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco, you might have the rare no mint mark version. Sharp lettering and details. Look at Lincoln's hair, beard, and coat. A strong, detailed strike could mean it's from a special die. Condition is everything. Coins that are shiny, smooth, and without scratches are far more valuable. Proof version alert. Some 1990 pennies were made with mirror-like surfaces for collectors. If yours shines like a mirror, handle it carefully. It might be one of those proof coins worth a fortune. Even a small difference, a missing letter, a faint mark, or an unusual shine, could multiply your penny's value by thousands. There are stories of lucky people who discovered these pennies while counting change at gas stations, grocery stores, or even while rolling coins at home. One collector in California reportedly found a 1990 penny in a jar of old change. He had no idea what he was holding. When it was later examined, experts confirmed it was a rare no mint mark error in pristine condition. He sold it for over $800,000, instantly changing his life forever. And he's not the only one. Across the country, treasure hunters and coin enthusiasts are searching, flipping every penny they find, hoping that their luck strikes next. You see, the 1990 Lincoln penny represents more than just money. It's a symbol of how something small and overlooked can hold immense power and history. It reminds us that sometimes, wealth hides in plain sight, right in our own hands. Every time you receive change, every time you find a penny on the sidewalk, you could be holding the key to your financial miracle. That's why collectors say, never underestimate the power of a penny. So the next time you get change back from a store or spot a penny lying on the ground, take a closer look. Because it might not just be a coin. It might be your golden ticket to becoming the next millionaire. The 1990 Lincoln penny. A small piece of copper, a symbol of American history, and for a few lucky people, a $920,000 treasure. Search your wallets, dig through your drawers, open those old jars of coins, because the next legendary penny could be waiting for you right now. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more hidden treasure stories that could change your life. Because who knows, the next millionaire might just be you. Have you ever imagined finding a single penny in your pocket that could make you a millionaire overnight? Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true. There's one small coin hiding in circulation that's changing lives. The 1982 Lincoln penny. Yes, that 1-cent copper coin you probably walk past every day could actually be worth up to $990,000. So before you spend your next penny, watch this till the end, because the story might turn your change into a fortune. Let's travel back to 1982. A year that changed the history of the U.S. penny forever. It was the year the U.S. Mint made a dramatic change. For more than 100 years, pennies were made mostly of solid copper. But in 1982, because copper prices were rising, the Mint decided to save money by changing the composition of the penny. Before 1982, pennies were 95% copper and 5% zinc. After the change, they became 97.5% zinc with only a thin copper coating. This switch was small, but it created one of the most fascinating and valuable mistakes in U.S. coin history. You see, during the transition, both types of pennies were struck, some copper, some zinc, and the Mint even used 7 different varieties in that year, with small date and large date designs from 2 mints, Philadelphia and Denver. Among these varieties, a few rare errors slipped into circulation. One of these, a 1982 D small date copper penny, is so rare that collectors have paid almost $1 million to own it. Now here's where it gets interesting. When the Mint changed from copper to zinc, the copper blanks were supposed to be removed from the presses. But a few were accidentally left behind and struck with the new 1982 design, creating the 1982 D copper small date penny. Only a handful are known to exist, and because they look almost identical to ordinary pennies, they're nearly impossible to spot, unless you know what to look for. Imagine that millions of people have touched, spent, or saved pennies from 1982 without realizing they might be holding a piece of metal worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors go crazy for these coins because they mark a historic transition in U.S. coinage, the very moment America shifted from solid metal money to plated, cheaper designs. So if you ever come across a 1982 penny, don't ignore it. That tiny coin could be your ticket to financial freedom. Here's the golden information you need to check your coins right now. Start by looking at the date. The 1982 penny has 2 designs, large date and small date. To the naked eye, they look similar, but the small date has a slimmer, taller number 8, and the top of the 2 aligns with the top of the 9. Next, look for the mint mark. The rarest one has a D under the date for the Denver Mint. Now the most important step, weigh your coin. If your 1982 D small date penny weighs around 3.1 grams, congratulations, that means it's made of copper, not zinc. And that could make it worth up to $990,000 if authenticated and in top condition. Ordinary 1982 zinc pennies weigh about 2.5 grams, so the difference is easy to measure with a digital scale. This is the kind of discovery that turns ordinary people into overnight millionaires. Over the years, collectors and treasure hunters have searched relentlessly for this elusive coin. In 2019, one lucky collector found a genuine 1982 D copper penny and sold it for nearly $18,000. And experts predict the price could climb close to $1 million for higher-grade specimens as the market tightens. Why? Because demand for error coins has exploded. YouTube videos, TikTok clips, and coin blogs have spread the news, and everyone wants a piece of this treasure hunt. It's not just a coin anymore. It's a symbol of hope and luck, proof that wealth can be hiding in the smallest, most ordinary things. Think about it. Every penny you hold has a story, a journey through decades of pockets, drawers, piggy banks, and cash registers. It's been through the hands of dreamers, workers, and children saving for something special. Now imagine that one of those tiny pieces of copper could transform your life forever. You don't need a lottery ticket, you don't need Wall Street. Just the curiosity to look closely at what's already in your hands. That's the magic of coin collecting. It's not just about money. It's about discovery, history, and the thrill of finding something rare and valuable where no one else looked. So the next time you find a penny, stop and take a closer look. Flip it, read the date, check the mint mark. Because your 1982 Lincoln penny could be the one that makes you a millionaire overnight. And if you want to know more about other rare coins, like the 1943 copper penny worth over $1 million, or the 1992 close AM penny that shocked collectors, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and share this video with your friends. Who knows? You might be the next person to hold a $990,000 treasure in your pocket change. Keep searching, keep believing, and never underestimate the power of a single cent.